ahead and fold it in half. Grab your sheet. This automatically gives you one boundary line, okay? Now we're gonna grab our sheet. I pull it up, lay it in the middle, and I'll fold this side up, all right? Grab from the middle of the knee, just about a little bit up to the middle of the thigh. Pull it underneath the opposite leg, okay? This gives us a nice exposed leg that we can work on. There's no air. Do you feel air anywhere?
No, it feels pretty
Feels
safe.
good.
Mhm.
Okay. If your client, if you do not be careful about this area here, and if you have it all the way opened, your client's going to feel a gush of air, and they're going to feel as if they're exposed, and they're not going to feel comfortable. So you want to make sure that you don't have a big opening down here, okay? It's really important. Also, over here, her whole side is covered, right? But the leg is open. It's very important because when you massage the leg does not stop here. As we know, because of anatomy, the leg goes all the way up here. It continues all the way up. So when you're working on somebody, you want to be able to come all the way up. But if you watch, and I'm back down, I'm coming all the way up, and I'm coming back down again. This never moves. I never exposed her. I got to the muscle that I needed to get to. Now, when working on the leg, I'm going to come up. This is another boundary line. I am not going to get myself into an area that I don't need because I've given myself a boundary line. Important. Okay? Make sure you have those boundary lines. Then you don't have to worry about anything. You can work on the leg. You can get a fantastic massage on this leg. Okay? All right. You come underneath. I did come underneath, but it was a finger. But because I have my boundary lines, I know that I'm safe. That's why you give yourself these boundary lines. Okay? Then there's no mistakes and there's no worries. All right? 1, it's tight. 2, there's no open holes. 3, she's still covered. You can get all the way to the leg. And if you pay attention to how you drape, this won't come down. You can work on it, and as you see, it's not going anywhere. At any time, do you ever feel like the draping or anything or the towel is moving?
No.
No. Okay, good. All right? Good? Good. Then you bring it back over, and you're ready to move on to the next leg. Okay? Okay.
When you're doing the draping here, like when you're doing, this is kind of like your starting point. So after you finish, say you finished on the right leg, do you always return this back for their comfort? Do you return it back to its position, or?
Do I leave it up like this? No, I'll pull it back down because
Pull it
I'll walk
back down.
around to the other table and I'll do the other side.
So it kind of gives them that comfort too of not being exposed and all.
Exactly.
Okay.
There is no, and that's a really good question. After you have finished, I always cover the leg. 2 reasons, okay? Yes, I did. See, I brought it over. 2 reasons that you want to do this. You are recovering them because you don't want them to get cold. Okay? They can get quite cool, and you don't want that to happen. Also, it gives them the comfort of being covered back up. Okay? You're working on this area. That's the only area that needs to be uncovered. You don't need to leave this one and then work on the other one because that's too much exposure. Okay? 1, warmth. 2, again, you're thinking of your client. You're making them feel confident. All right? Good. So then you'd walk over to the other side, and you'll do the same thing. Again, up, just to get it out of the way, into the center. All right? Again, midway, tuck in. Okay? And here you are. Everything exposed, wonderful, boundary line. I can get all the way up to the leg. All right? Then you don't have to worry. You're good to go. Okay? Good. All right. We're going to be working on these on one-on-one. We're going to have a chance to work with one another, okay? So we'll go ahead and do that. All right. Okay. We're going to work on this part, and I'm going to have you guys work on it. I want you to work every time you come to class. Every time, doesn't matter what the class is, work on your draping. It's very, very important that you work on your draping every time you come to class. You're going to work on your body mechanics. I'm going to be talking about body mechanics. I don't know whether you noticed it or not, but body mechanics is going to help you so that you can last longer, okay? If you use proper body mechanics, you will be able to do 1, 5, 6, and still feel good. You're not going to hurt, and that is one of the most important things. Now, one of the important things to remember, always use good body mechanics. You want a straight back, okay? So, you are going to be using your legs a lot and your hips. Good stability, good shoes, nice flat shoes, okay? That way you can have this stability. Try not to get on your toes too often. You get up on your toes too much and you start to lose your balance and the stability that you need.